We Have Concerns is made possible entirely through donations from listeners like you. A little can go a long way. Visit patreon.com/wehaveconcerns to lend your support.
You know what I'm doing at the end of this week?
What are you doing?
Going to my high school reunion.
No, you're actually doing that?
I'm going. Yeah.
This is 20?
20.
Wow.
'Cause I'm old.
So I didn't go to my 10.
I did.
That's dumb. Don't do that.
I went.
What was that like?
It was fun. It hadn't been a long enough time to even, it was just getting together with people that I was still in contact with.
That's the thing is I feel like I don't need a high school reunion because of Facebook.
Right. Everybody says that, but it's different seeing people in person.
No, it's not. If I want to know what you're up to, I know what you're up to. And if I don't want to see you at the reunion anyway.
It's different. I'll report back when I get home,
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be fun.
I think 20 years is enough of a difference. I think the 10 years from 18 to 28, you mature, but you don't mature enough.
Right.
And you're still a little too worried about yourself, and you're still a little too ego-driven. And
Right.
Everybody's still a
You
little
haven't
too
found
silly.
what you're even up to with
and
life.
Nobody's gotten fat enough to make you feel better about yourself yet. Like everybody's kind of like a little pudgier, but it's not like enough to make you go, fuck you, I did it, I won. 20 years is really where you get to say, fuck you, I did it, I won. This is We Have Concerns. Hello, concerned citizens. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hey, Anthony Carboni. What are we talking about today?
Spiders.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Spiders? Not
Spiders.
Spider-Men.
Not Spider-Man. Not
No.
Noel Spider-Man.
Oh, I wish we could talk
Hero
about
of
him.
New York.
He's great.
Family in Weldon Springs, Missouri,
Yep.
had to evacuate their homes because thousands of brown recluse spiders started bleeding out of the walls.
Why would they use the word bleeding out of the walls?
Because I bet that's what it fucking looks like when thousands of spiders start coming out of a crack in your wall. I bet it looks like a Korean horror movie.
What?
4,500.
Fuck, man.
4,500 to 6,000 brown recluse spiders came pouring out of the walls of this family's house. The brown recluse spider, by the way, the most poisonous of the house spiders.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad news.
That's bad. And you know what? 4,500 isn't any less bad than 6,000.
No, when you say
that
40
range, who cares?
Yeah, anywhere from 1 to 1,000,000 spiders is bad. That's my spider range.
Yeah, that's your spider sense.
That's
right
it. That gets my spider sense tingling.
Do you think that they can have to give up the name recluse when they all come out in one at once?
That's your dad joke.
Hey, that wasn't even.
That's a dad joke, and that's the one. That's it, man.
All right.
You got it. No,
Damn
but
it. That was early.
once spiders come pouring out of your walls, you basically just have to give up and admit that you are living in a Dario Argento movie.
That's true.
You're just in a horror movie. Like,
man.
once spiders come pouring out, I wouldn't be surprised to see like blood coming out of the sink.
Oh, yeah.
And just
Yeah.
like whispers coming from the mirror.
Yeah, you clearly wronged someone or something.
Your house, did you check where your house was built on?
Yeah.
Did you go online and just double check with the city for like Native American burial grounds or like...
The only thing that would make this story better is if they had closed escrow 2 days before. You know, it's like, oh, honey, let's unpack and let's.
The family that lived there before just spent weeks shoving enough foam into the dark spider portal to keep them from pouring out during open houses. So, yeah, as you can see, it's just like a really open floor plan.
Oh yeah, that's so great.
Yeah.
Is that,
We
a little,
replaced-
is that
we-
a little crack in the wall right there?
No, I don't believe so. If you see over here, we have like full floor-to-ceiling bay windows.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Looks
My
out
goodness.
on the beautiful woods here in Missouri. Like,
Is
look
that
at
a scratching sound that I'm hearing?
I don't believe so. It
No?
might be. You might be garbage day. You might be hearing the garbage man.
Okay, all right.
So over here,
Yep.
next to that thing that is not a child that looks like it's drowning, is the double sinks in the bathroom. His and her sinks.
Gosh,
right?
that is so nice. It's gonna be so nice,
Isn't
right,
that
honey?
nice?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a little blood coming up from the drain. Kind of normal in this area.
Is it?
I wouldn't worry about it. If we move over
That's
here.
actually blood?
So if we move over here.
No, I don't want to move over here yet. There's blood and there was a real distinct sound movement
Oh.
I got from the wall.
Well, we are walking around. So if we come over to the bedroom here, the master bedroom,
Okay.
plenty of room here. We got double closets.
This is huge.
Yeah, that is not the hand of one of the workmen that made the house. And then we're going to come over here.
Why did we
and
just
you can
kind of
see-
skipping over a few things I had a question about?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's Italian marble. That's real.
Oh.
If you were wondering about that, and
Well,
those,
I wasn't, but now that's very impressive.
yeah, isn't that nice?
My goodness.
So that is a whirlpool bathtub.
A whirlpool
in the master bath.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is.
and that whirlpool does go down through infinity. Which is interesting, but if you just prop your arms up, prop your arms up on there, and you're fine. You know what I like to do?
What's that?
Keep a little soap on a rope, but tie it to something sturdy and hold on to it. Tie the other end to your wrist.
Oh,
That's how you basically keep from sinking into the darkness. And then as we go over here,
that seems alarming.
3-car garage.
Oh, 3. You know what, honey? I think we'll take it.
Yep.
Jesus!
Okay. Can we get some more tape on the spider holes before my 3:30? The staging crew did a horrible job.
That's not a situation you want to have, man.
You know what, man? I'd live there for the marble.
You would?
Yeah, sure.
That's
A little
good.
haunting. I don't mind a little haunting. At least you're not alone.
Spiders. Do you think that the spiders were all like on 3?
This is really good. Let's show them whose house this really is. We've been pouring out a little bit. We've been kind of scared. No, it's time to let them know. It's time to let them know whose turf this really is.
Yeah. You see that? They take all the sweets and they put them in that locked cabinet. I haven't been able to get in there.
No,
it's
man.
pissing me off.
They're killing all the flies. We're perfectly willing to kill the
We'll
flies.
kill all of them. 3 of us went out there. Didn't even barely have a reaction. I'm saying all of us. All 6,000.
All at once?
At the same time.
It's my natural inclination to scurry at light.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait until it's dark.
Oh.
We'll wait until it's completely dark. Maybe we'll try to get one of them alone.
Sure. You know what? Can we not do it on Thursday? Because Thursday is my night to crawl in and out of their mouths.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my special time. I've been waiting for that.
I wouldn't want to take that away from you.
Okay, thank you.
No, and you know what? You're fantastic at it. It's like they don't even know.
I'm getting a little fancy. And I don't want to show off, but I pulled a move where I went down in the corner of one lip.
Yeah?
And just shot right out of the other one
Whoa.
into the human female's mouth.
That is pro level.
Thank you.
That is impressive. But I'm saying, I think if we move as one cohesive unit, we could just swarm the fuck out of this place and really,
Grassroots.
Yeah,
Like a grassroots
like an
effort.
uprising.
Yeah, like community organization.
I think maybe we should just, distribute some pamphlets and get everybody on the same page about this.
Cool. Should we all bite them at once and fill them with poison?
Yeah.
Great. On board.
Yeah.
So the brown recluse spider is the most poisonous house spider in North
Which
America.
is a distinction to your like country
yeah, it's country mouse, city mouse.
field spider.
Yeah, your countrified spider. These spiders are city folk.
Oh yeah.
They don't remember how to proper poison a guy.
They're very poisonous for a house spider.
For a house spider.
For a way to be a pussy house spider.
Yeah. There are a lot of myths about the brown recluse because you read this story and you immediately go, "Oh my God, the brown recluse, that's deadly."
Yeah.
It's not deadly.
Like 4,500 of them
sure,
is pretty.
if they bite you all at once, if they come out of a dark portal of maw fucking thing in your wall, sure. The brown recluse, actually you hear so much, especially here in California, you hear about spiders killing people.
Yeah.
Like spiders you go out in the woods and you're camping or you go to Yosemite or something. It's like, you're going to get killed by a brown recluse spider.
Yeah.
It's like, no, not really. What happens mostly, the CDC says, is that people get bit by something, but they don't know what it is. And so they assume,
comforting.
and so they assume it's a spider. And so they
probably a spider.
yeah, and so they misreport as a spider bite. And then they're like, I got bit by a spider. And doctors are just like, fine, spider bite. I'll treat you for one.
I got bit by a spider.
How'd that go?
In my mouth.
No.
Swear to God.
Inside your mouth?
Inside my mouth.
No.
My buddies and I, actually co-ed, it was a group of friends in high school. We used to go to this campground after it closed and then kind of stay up all night and leave before it opened and not pay anything to go to this campground. It was fun, stupid high school kid stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one time we were having fun, and we all kind of would just sleep out under the stars. If we went to bed at all, we would just sleep out under the stars. We didn't bring any camping gear. It was summertime. It was California. It was warm.
Yeah.
So we're sleeping, and in the middle of the night, I wake up and I feel this bump in my mouth.
No.
And it kind of weird, but I'm kind of in and out of sleep.
No.
And then over the next, I don't know, hour or so, I feel it growing. And I
No.
keep fiddling with it with my tongue. It's growing and growing and growing. And at a certain point, I wake up my buddy and I go, something wrong with my mouth, man. Something wrong with my mouth. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth.
No!
And he's like, oh, Jesus, there's something fucking wrong with your mouth.
No!
I know, it's really bad. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. We drove to the hospital, go to emergency care. The guy looks at it and he goes, yeah, you've been bitten by a spider inside your mouth. I can't do anything about it.
No!
It's going to get bigger than this.
No!
But in about 48 hours, it'll be gone. You'll be fine. There's nothing I can do. You just got to ride it out.
Oh God, that's the worst thing to hear a doctor say. That's the worst thing to hear. Like at a time when you're really freaking out and something terrible is happening, and the doctor's just like, yeah, fuck if I could do anything about that.
Yeah.
Godspeed, soldier.
Yeah.
What?
Totally, hand to God, that happened to me. Yes.
Oh.
And so there was a spider crawling in my mouth and got freaked out and bit me. And that's fucking horrible. But you're right. Like, it didn't kill me. It didn't hurt me. God knows what kind of spider it was. And now I'm kind of wondering, was it even a spider? Because if they just say, oh, yeah, you got bit by a spider, when it could be anything that bit me, do I even know?
You don't even know.
I don't know.
There are things in nature that want you dead. And it's 98% of the things in nature.
Yeah.
We have tamed the world.
Yeah.
We've tamed it. But the world wants you dead.
Yeah, we
That's
tamed it.
what
We turned
Earth
them into
wants.
house spiders.
Yeah, they're house spiders now.
Yeah.
Thousands of years of selectively breeding spiders for the characteristics that we wanted in a spider.
Paid off.
And now we have these tame house spiders that can
That are
only make your
barely-
mouth turn to the size of a grapefruit.
Barely poisonous.
Barely enough to kill you. Barely. And we did that.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Jeff and I did that. That's one spider that bit your mouth.
Yeah.
4,500 of them just bleeding out of the walls. I love that this writer chose bleeding out of the walls.
that
too.
is- He was so proud of himself. He leaned back in his chair after typing that headline and went,
Mwah.
You know what I wonder, though? If you're the neighbor of the guy who had to flee his house because 4,500 spiders were in his walls, do you sleep soundly at night?
Why their house? What was it about their house?
Yeah.
I mean, we're saying ancient Indian burial ground.
Sure. That's your first inclination.
That's my first inclination. That's my first racist horror movie 80s kids
Of course.
inclination.
It's your go-to.
It's my go-to. My go-to is
But
probably...
the truth is probably...
Like, what is it? Is it rotting wood? Is it something about the infrastructure of the home?
Yeah.
Is it something about where it was built? This article doesn't say. This article doesn't.
What should I be terrified about?
It gives me all of the horror of spiders bleeding out of the wall with no reason for the spiders to be bleeding out of the wall.
Yeah.
I get nothing.
How do I
but the fear.
How do I prevent myself some spider bleed?
What
I don't
is it?
want spider bleed.
There are two things you don't want in your house, okay?
Yeah.
You don't want wood rot,
No, that's very costly.
and you don't want spider bleed.
Spider bleed is terrible. Wood rot also
Wood
very
rot
bad.
is very costly.
Very, very bad.
And it's hard to reverse it.
oh man, it's hard to detect really too.
Ugh,
but spider bleed.
But spider bleed is a close, close number two. That's the thing, like they don't say. So I looked up how many spiders do you swallow in a year?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Why do I want to know that?
Because you want to know.
How
right?
many spiders do I swallow? And what is this data based on?
It's based on the American Arachnological Society.
I want to join that.
Right?
I want to join that.
They get together like every Friday night and watch Arachnophobia.
They're like,
and they just shake their head.
Again.
They're just like, that's wrong.
so wrong.
But John Goodman is so good. It's literally his name.
Isn't, who else is in that? Isn't that,
Is it Jeff Daniels?
I think it is Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels is the father, I think.
Oh, yeah.
My memory of seeing Arachnophobia is my friend's hamster. We went over to his house and we were going to go see Arachnophobia and we were really excited. And we were playing with his hamster and his hamster just was acting weird and felt weird.
Uh-oh.
And we were like, God, what were we, like 8 years old, 7 years old? And he goes, my hamster's going to die.
Oh.
And I go, whoa, because I'm like 7. And I go, whoa, what do you mean? And he goes, this is I had another hamster before this, and
Your fucking friend was powder.
that hamster felt like this before it died. Like it started acting weird like this. It's gonna die.
That
And
is
I
a
was
friend I would not hang out with
and I was
anymore.
like, whoa. And so I went to his mom. And so we went to his mom, and she was like, we don't know that, honey, but I'll take him to the vet
But
while
Mom,
I take you guys to the movies.
But Mom, I know it.
I know that he's going to die.
The hamster will die.
I know when you'll die, Mom. I've seen it.
It sucks
Running
that
on your wheel like so many hamsters before you, Mother. And yet, the run ends in the same place for everyone. The wheel will never move, Mother, and you will never move the wheel.
I made macaroni and cheese.
I love macaroni and cheese.
It sucks that your friend was an empath.
Well, he wasn't. He just and that's what stuck out to me is it was so weird as a 7-year-old for him to know. And for him to know because he had experienced the death of a pet before, and so he just knew. Ugh. And so we went to see Arachnophobia.
That kid is super well adjusted.
Knowing that kid grew up real weird.
Yeah.
But we went to Arachnophobia knowing that his hamster was probably dying at the vet. And it was really weird. It was really like his mom dropped us off at the movies and we bought candy and it was all like the normal shit, except with like death hovering above us. And it's the first time I remember. I mean, I'd had a dog that died before that, but I wasn't around when the dog died. Like I was actually out of town, like on
But your
vacation.
friend was like, your dog's dying.
But he called me on vacation. And he's like, you don't know me yet. But one day we'll be friends. Your dog is dying.
Also Kurt Cobain, not long for this world.
I'm sorry, who? Oh, you'll know.
You'll remember. Remember this moment. So now you've teased it. How many fucking spiders do I swallow?
The answer is like probably none.
Well, then what is the point?
You're an outlier.
Oh,
that's the
sweet.
point.
Sweet, high five for me.
Is you always hear that 8 spiders a year, 10 spiders a lifetime, like all this stuff. But the answer is there are really only like 4 species of spider that
like
kind
your
of
mouth?
live in homes.
House spiders.
Yeah, house spiders. And they very rarely will approach you. And they're not going to like get into your mouth probably.
You're saying it's my fault for putting my mouth where spiders hang out.
I'm victim blaming right now.
Yeah. I was asking for it.
I'm actually, you were asking for it.
I shouldn't have had such an attractive spider mouth.
You shouldn't have put a tiny little sign in your mouth that said dead flies this way.
Oh, I was eating dead flies earlier before that. I left that out of the story.
Yeah.
Should I not have?
The great source of protein. That's my thing about this is there's no resolution other than the exterminator is at this family's home. And they're like, look, man, we're going to fumigate and the spiders are going to be dead. And it's like, cool. What caused this horrible curse to begin with? But we don't know.
And who removes 6,000 dead spiders from your house? Whose job is that?
Can you imagine going in there? Okay, Roomba. Go ahead, little buddy. This is what you were made for. How many spiders fit into a standard Roomba? It
Not
can't be
6,000. I'll tell you that right now. You gotta get the fucking deluxe edition.
Are you guys afraid of spiders? What does this make you afraid? Like, why aren't they telling us what caused this?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Follow the money. Follow the money.
Who gains from this? Who gains the most? It's the American Arachnological Society.
Yeah, that's who it is, dude. They're behind pulling the strings. Pulling the strings.
If you've seen anything creepy, unexplained, or otherwise has given you concerns lately, send it to us. We have concernshow@gmail.com. And hey, if you're enjoying the show, tell a friend about it.
And we're on Twitter. I'm at Jeff Canada.
I'm at A Carboni. Spiders in your wall.